What if the only way to save your people was also the choice that could doom them forever? That's the dilemma at the heart of One Last Monster. In this video, I'll walk you through the story, its themes, and the ending. Fair warning, there will be spoilers ahead, so if you haven't seen the film yet, this is your gentle reminder to go watch it first before watching this video. Alright, so the story takes place on Adin, a distant world inspired by Korea's Joseon dynasty. It's been under siege from alien invaders and attackers throughout its entire history. At the center is Empress Eura, a young ruler carrying the weight of her late husband Taejo's legacy, torn between mercy, trust, and survival. Early on, she encounters Didus, a giant alien monster. At first they clash, but instead of pressing the attack, Didus actually repairs the damage he caused. His miraculous powers allow him to rebuild Eura's fortress. Eura begins to wonder if she can trust him. Eura starts to become a bit torn because her late husband Taejo left her with the command to activate a mysterious flame weapon that would destroy all aliens. So she starts to think, should I listen to this outsider Didus, who only seems to help, or should I trust my late husband Taejo? Didus convinces Empress Eura to hear him out, and so they journey across Adin. He keeps proving himself worthy of trust, performing miracles and reconstructing all sorts of different things. Over time, Eura trusts him enough actually to let him into the palace to destroy the very flame weapon at the heart of the story. That's something she would have never allowed at the start. But when Eura's people see her, besides a monster, supporting it, they turn on her. In a panic, she has a vision. Her subjects and Taejo, her late husband, demand that she kill the alien, and in the same vision, she also sees Didus begging her to destroy the flame weapon instead. Overwhelmed, Eura breaks. Instead of letting Didus destroy the weapon completely, she activates the weapon herself. It tells Empress Eura that it will depart for other worlds and stars out there in the distant universe so that nothing will attack Adin first. It's sort of the idea that the best defense is a good offense, but taken to a dark extreme. In response, Didus builds a star bridge, a pathway across galaxies and planets. The same method that he used to come to Adin, he builds one of these things to go after the flame monster that has at this point traveled to another planet in another galaxy. Racked with guilt, Eura follows. Together, they try to fight this new flame monster, but they realize they can't win as they are. Desperate, Eura has an idea and asks Didus to transform her into a monster too. He agrees, but sacrifices himself in the process, shielding her during the transformation. Didus dies, Eura is remade, and with her new power, she finally defeats the flame weapon. Eura returns to Adin victorious, but not unchanged. She has become a monster herself. The victory is bittersweet. Adin survives and starts to heal, but its queen now rules in a form that's both terrifying and tragic. And here's the irony. The flame isn't unique. It's the same type of monster weapon alien civilizations out there in the stars once used and continue to use against Adin. Taejo knew this, but he built it anyway. Eura didn't, but by activating it, she repeats the same cycle of violence she thought she was breaking. In the end, by using this weapon, Adin isn't any better than its enemies. It's just survived a little longer. And for me, that's the struggle at the center of the story. On the surface, it's about power. Once you unleash something destructive, you can't fully control it. But underneath, I'd like to think it's about how war repeats, even when we're fighting for the right reasons. I was influenced by Old Testament stories and Shakespearean tragedies, by way of Akira Kurosawa's wonderful adaptations, such as Throne of Blood or Ran. But you don't need to know that to feel it. The real questions are simple. Did Eura win? What did it cost? And will anything actually change? And this part isn't in the short, but it matters for the larger story. Eura won't stay trapped as a monster forever. She'll be able to project her human form again, or shift back and forth. I haven't quite figured it out yet, as I continue to think about and develop more One Last Monster content. That means we will see her return in her human form as she wrestles with being half monster, half person. That inner struggle becomes the core of Monster sequel stories. And that's One Last Monster, the short film, explained. But this film is only the beginning. In future stories, Eura's journey continues. Through struggle, through suffering, through redemption, and the fight to regain her humanity, all while trying to protect Adin, along with the other heroes at her side. If you want to dive deeper into Adin, its myths, its characters, stick around this channel, because the world of One Last Monster is only getting started. Thanks for listening.